Hi, I'm Jaleesa, and welcome to the StyldLife podcast. Today, Sarah Fern talks with Levine about upcoming fall trends. And before we begin, just a reminder, you can follow us on Instagram or YouTube for more style and beauty content. StyldLife is an online service where you can call a professional stylist from the comfort of your own home. With all that said, here's Sarah's interview with Allie. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming on today.
No problem. Thanks for working with my crazy schedule.
All right, so here we are today. We are with Platinum fashion stylist Levine, and we are going to talk about fall trends, kind of what you see on the runway, where you think it's going, and then maybe some great tips for like transitional pieces, because not everybody can afford to beef up their wardrobe. So a few kind of key pieces or transitional pieces I think will be perfect.
I love it. Well, hi, thanks for having me. And yeah, I think everyone's excited about the fall right now. We were just talking before we got on and saying that we're all kind of been in this quarantine and, just kind of handling the every day that we're all kind of in because things are slowly opening up, but we're all still home and living on Zoom. And so I think a lot of people are really looking forward to a change of season because it's actually a change, whereas everything else has kind of stayed the same. This gets to change and it's a part of you and you get to actually, have control in changing it. And I think that right now, so much of us feel we don't really have control of much. And so fashion is such a beautiful way to have control and be able to decide, I want to feel good regardless of what's going on in the world. And I want to be able to put myself together, even if it means only on top. And, which I'm not mad about. I'm doing it right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Pajama
right?
bottoms on time and, cute on top. I mean, you do what you got to do. But it's a nice way to feel like, okay, I can change up, how I feel with fashion. We all know, I always say confidence is your best accessory. We all know that fashion makes us feel good. And so I think getting excited for the fall and the fall trends and what's coming, it's still obviously it's not the same as, going out on the runway and get to see everything, but we can still watch everything online. We can still get an idea of what the trends are and still switch up what we have in our closets, which makes it really fun and gives us something fresh and new. So some of the trends I'm really excited about are, one of the ones is fringe. I've always been a fan of fringe. I just think it's so playful. It's so fun. There's so many different ways you can play with fringe, whether it be, on a denim jacket and you have the fringe, back on it, or even on the sleeves to give you a little bit of detail. It's just something that's, it's fun and it's kind of freeing and, wild spirit, if you will. And then it also, I think, just kind of adds this fun talking piece, it's kind of a statement that especially if you're on Zoom and you're moving your arm, there's fringe, it's oh, I love your jacket, oh, what is that? It's a cool talking piece. It's a good conversation starter. And I always think that fashion in itself is a great conversation starter, but when you have a detail like fringe, it's so oh, what is that? And I love that this fall I'm seeing a lot of sweaters are adding fringe to them, whether it be the bottom of them or again, the sleeve of them, or even some up, by the mock neck. Just some really fun, different details that are going to come, I think, into play. And it's fun because it is kind of playing off the boho trend that we've seen kind of continue on and on and on. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I actually kind of feel like it shouldn't be called a trend anymore. It's almost like boho is here to stay.
Right.
It's just kind of transitioning and playing as it goes through everything instead of just being something that kind of came in and came out. It's kind of, I think, just transitioning within the fashion cycle and within the times and just kind of recreating itself. So I'm really excited about fringe. And I really, think how you were saying before we started recording, even talking transition pieces for people if they don't want to go out, especially right now, and break the bank and get a whole new wardrobe. You can get an inexpensive, cute fringe jacket or, jeans that have fringe, or even, cute shoes that have a little bit of fringe on them, and just do one item to change up your look, but really add that fun fringe trend and feel like, hey, okay, I'm adding something new, but I'm not going all out. And I think my favorite probably that I'll probably add to my wardrobe will be a fringe denim jacket, because a denim jacket is always a go-to, such a staple. You can throw it over, especially for like, any meeting, or if you're running out the door, it's really easy to throw over what you're wearing. It's a good layering piece, and it's a classic. Denim has always been a classic for us in fashion. So just to add that fringe moment, and if you're a DIY person, by all means, add your own fringe to your denim jacket, and I just think that's such a fun piece. And I don't know, I'm really like excited to see the fringe moments this season, on, off runway, online, Zoom, whatever it may be. I think it's going to be really cool and really different this year.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was looking at the menswear runway shows, and there was a bunch of fringe on there, and the 70s is really, really big, kind of this season. So the 70s had a lot of fringe in them.
Yeah, what's not to love about the 70s, right?
Exactly.
I mean, they have so many fun, just different textures from that time. I agree with you. It's kind of coming forward, and it's true. Even with the men's, it's kind of neat how the men's accessories also have a little bit of that fringe detail and are adding that in little bits here and there. It's just a fun way, I think, to add a statement to your wardrobe without having to necessarily change so much. I think a lot of times people and my clients say to me, a lot of trends are overwhelming, or a lot of trends, I feel like I have to change everything in my wardrobe, and I feel overwhelmed by that. And what I love about fringe is it's like, no, that's not the case. Like, whether you're a DIYer or you just want to get something inexpensive, say from, Target, Target, or on Amazon, or wherever it may be, you can get an easy, accessible fringe piece and add it to your wardrobe and make it part of your everyday, like a jacket. And it's easy, no fuss. And it also really isn't much to think about. Like, it has its own fashion going on. So you could put it over a simple black tank top like this, or a black, shirt that like you're wearing, short sleeve, or put it over a little white blouse. Like, there's so many different ways that you can just add it to a simple look, that it'll spice up your entire wardrobe, and you don't have to think so much about like, what is this going to go with? It's pretty much going to go with everything.
Right. Awesome.
Which I always think is like, it's nice when people feel like they can kind of figure it out, themselves, and not feel intimidated. Like, oh, well, this trend has so much going on, I don't even know what to put it with. I'm so excited I got this piece, but like, what do I do with it? Right. It's kind of like a denim jacket with fringe. You can do so much with it. You can wear a skirt, you can wear pants, you can wear jeans, you can wear leggings. Like, you can put it over a t-shirt, put it over a tank top, like you can put it over a blouse. Like, there's so many outfits you can recreate with that one piece. So I just think like, I have a feeling fringe will have a big moment this fall. And I feel like this hasn't gone anywhere either, but I think we're just kind of seeing it be recreated, is the faux fur. I think that people have really loved this for quite some time. I know I have. I have many faux furs in my closet. I can never get enough. Every time I think I have enough, I'm like, ooh, that one looks different. It's like, there's so much fun with the faux fur. Obviously, one, the fact that everyone loves that it's faux because we're not harming, any animals. And also the fact that it is inexpensive and it is attainable because it is faux fur. But yet so many brands now, so many companies are creating these amazing faux furs, like even vegan, and that are that feel amazing, that look amazing, that you wouldn't even know aren't fur. Yeah. Even my mom, who is a straight up animal lover and like will not wear, anything fur to like, save her life. She will never. I was wearing a faux fur one day around her and she was like, is that real? And I was like, no, mom, it's faux. And she's like, no, it feels real. And I'm like, no, I swear it's fun. I had to show her and like take it off and show her the label like in the inside. But like, there are so many great pieces that are faux furs now, and they have so many great colors. And again, what we were talking about, texture, going back to different textures of, different tatters and, the way they're wrapped and the wovens, and just so much fun. And again, it could be a jacket, it could be a vest, it could be a little scarf, it could be a little headband, like there's, good booties, like there's so many ways to incorporate faux fur, and they have so many colors and textures and patterns in it now that it's not just like your standard, like must be, black, brown, and cream or white. It's
Right.
like there's so many spectrums of it now, which is fun. And again, I think an easy transitional piece going into fall. You just are wearing, a little tank top or a little blouse, and you're like, oh, what do I want to do to spice this up? Well, throw on your little faux fur shrug, jacket, vest, whatever it may be, and you just change your whole look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you a fan of faux fur?
Oh gosh, yes. Faux
Yeah.
fur, faux leather.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, especially here in the Midwest, like you gotta layer.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the most fun, right?
Yeah.
Like layering, like there's something so fun and just so creative about layering, because obviously, you have to stay, like I'm in California. I still layer. People look at me like I'm crazy, but it's like for you need it like to be warm and everything else. And it's fun because you get to kind of play with like how those layers look together. And faux fur really adds like this just beautiful, like luxurious feeling to no matter what you're wearing, but also just so cozy and casual. And you can really like play with that and really either really dress it up or really dress it down. And that's what I love about faux fur. It's like it really can go from one extreme to the other.
Absolutely. Especially like with the colors that they're doing and the dyeing,
Yes.
like those beautiful
Yes.
like jade greens and blues.
Yes, or like even just like the prints. Like I just saw like the other day that like I forget which runway I was watching, but it was like camel colored with like black and white stars, like going through it, and it was just like, and it was so edgy yet so like feminine. I just loved it because they married the world of like this gorgeous camel color to just these black and white stars, and it was like so stark yet just so feminine and so soft looking. I was like, ooh, that would look great with like a cute, faux fur black leather skirt, or it would look cute with just like jeans and booties. Like it's just such a great piece. And it just shows you, like you said, like so many colors, so many patterns. And I think because again, faux fur has been around for quite some time now and kind of also been in that boho world and kind of been coming through more and more, I think we're seeing now designers really start to play with like, okay, this isn't going anywhere. What else can we do with this? Like, we can add, patterns with it. We can add details. We can emboss them. We can change the texture of them. And I agree with you. Like I've seen fun, colors. I think we'll actually see maybe some more like deeper greens and deeper like purples and rust this year in faux furs, just because of the way the color Pantones have been going. I think we might see some more of that pop up in the faux fur category. So it's fun, right? Because again, say you want to add a splash of color and you're just wearing jeans and a white t-shirt and you want to be warm, but like you also like want to add something to yourself, and you maybe have a really cute, pink faux fur. Like that's your perfect moment to throw that on, with your outfit, and you're done.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I've been a big fan of faux fur for quite some time. I just think, and again too, if you're not someone who wants to do the whole faux fur trend, you could get a jacket that just has a little faux fur collar. You don't, like I know some people, they're not all about like the whole aspect of something. So I always tell people, if you're not gonna go all the way, then find, a little detail. If it's, if you like that trend, to incorporate it. And sometimes there should be a little bit of that shirting on a booty, or it could be a collar on a jacket. There's a lot of ways you can play with it.
Absolutely. So we have fringe and faux fur.
Yeah.
With 2 F's. For sure.
Yes, the 2 F's. I love it. I was also going to say, what do you think about, have you been looking and seeing like this mustard yellow making more and more moments?
Yes. Well, yellow just overall. Like
absolutely. Well, and I feel like last summer we saw that starting.
Yeah.
And now I feel like for fall, I've just seen more and more this like really pretty deep mustardy color. And I hate saying mustard because it's really maybe not full mustard, but it's really not like your bright sunny yellow either. It's kind of like this in the middle, like, it's funny, I was thinking about this before we started chatting because I wanted to talk about this color, and I was like, how would I like, describe on, via remote, like how would you describe this color? And I know we'll have visuals, of course, that will show, but to me, it's kind of like this marriage between that bright yellow sunshine that everybody was kind of obsessed with last year in almost like the neon world, to like now we toned it down. We fell in love also last fall with that rust color, and it's almost like they had a fashion baby. You know what I mean? Like it's like in some way, shape, or form, they've kind of come together, and it's like this deeper, really pretty, deeper than a sunflower, deeper than dandelion, but just like this really pretty yellow that I just think is really fun and playful. I love it as a pop of color if it's something you want to, wear on top, maybe for a Zoom, and wear a little blazer over it or a little jacket. I think it's like just so cute and obviously pops and, would be a great statement piece. I also have seen some great blazers like that, 2 pieces of like blazer and, cute skirt with it. I just think it's a very playful moment for the fall, which I'm excited about because I feel like a lot of times the fall, everyone kind of thinks in their mind, oh, you must go darker. Oh, you must go kind of with the way maybe most weather feels. And with this, it's like, no, we're going to still keep that happy moment. We're just going to take it down to more of a fall hue with this yellow, but it's totally going to still be that like happy yellow that we all could use right now.
Yes.
And I just love it.
I totally agree. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's so weird, but I think I actually painted one of my living room walls.
Oh my God, you'll have to show me. I love it. Yeah, it's a hard color to describe because it really is not that, bright. And it's also really not that like deep, like when you would look at almost like a yellow mustard bottle, like it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of like that a baby. It's like kind of in the middle of the 2 of them. And it really is, it's just so fun. And I've seen it also in like, little barrettes and in scrunchies and, in just different accessories. And I just think that's so much fun too, because again, maybe you're not someone who wants to rock a yellow top, but like maybe you want to play with the idea. Well, then you can, put your hair up and, add a little yellow barrette or add a cute scrunchie or, whatever it may be that makes you feel like you want to bring in some of that color to your wardrobe, but you're not maybe trying to wear the actual, outfit in that color.
Absolutely. I think purses are a great place to like
Absolutely.
play with color,
Mm-hmm.
Especially ones you want to try out. So
Yeah.
you can definitely like kind of throw that bag on your all black
Yeah.
outfit
I love that.
and like look.
Yeah. And even if you're just having your own runway at home, I mean, like throw that little, purse on and strut and walk and, show it off. I mean, it's true. It's, a great accessory. I agree with you. It is definitely a purse or some kind of, bag that you're choosing to carry, whether it be a crossbody or an actual clutch or, whatever the occasion may be. It's definitely a fun way to incorporate a color very easily without too much thinking about it and just kind of knowing like, okay, this gives my outfit a pop. Let me use this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Another trend I've been noticing that I think is really fun is kind of this like heavy metallic trend. We kind of saw metallics the last couple of seasons, but I feel like more in I would say just kind of overall, like you're just kind of seeing different silhouettes that they would try in different just kind of metallic shades, or we would just see like different tops that would have a little bit of metallic detail just to add something. Now I feel like we're really seeing like this actually heavy metal, like silvers and deeper, like, playing off of metals into wardrobe and into shirts and blouses and some cool pants and trousers. And again, even into our accessories and purses. And I think it's really cool. It's a very edgy look, but yet it also can be very glam depending how you style it.
I also saw it, speaking of the metallics, on the men's runway. Dior did like these beautiful outerwear, like silver jackets, but they had like the shirlane to them, or he would do them in the, excuse me, They were done with like a blue. They turned out really, really beautiful and really sophisticated and really kind of elevated. It almost like had a crinkle style to them, but I
Yes,
totally
I love that.
agree.
Yeah, I saw one earlier and I wanted to show, I know we're going to pull examples, but I wanted to just show this one because it grabbed my eye and I was like, it's so fun. And also, speaking of accessories, like something like just a fun
Oh,
metallic headband, that's just
yeah.
completely embodied in, rhinestones or whatever it may be. And especially because, headbands are having such a moment and they've been for a while now. And I don't think they're leaving anytime soon. It's a cool way, again, to add a simple accessory that's going to change up your look, especially, again, if you're on Zoom, you're not maybe out, in the world, like putting something just, on your head makes you feel, pretty and changed up, but also something that they're going to notice when you're, on camera because you are, here, like, focused. And it's a fun accessory and it's easy, even if you are having a hard day and, it's been busy, or you're a mom like us and, there's a lot going on, you can't get things together. It's like, okay, well, I can put that in my hair, brush my hair out, get myself all together and sit in front of the screen and, be more put together and look more put together than maybe, I am. And so I think that's kind of fun about headbands. I want to find this metallic shirt that I saw. Of course, I was staring at it. I should have saved it. I was like, let's see. I just like the texture of it was really fun and playful. And that was like what caught my eye with it. And for the men's, I did see like what you're saying, like a little bit of mixed in. What was your favorite with looking at like the men's that you kind of, saw? Oh, here's a fun
Oh yeah.
like metallic, they just mixed it
Oh,
in
beautiful. The
the
skirt.
jacket,
Yeah.
super cute, and or again, like in our shoes, like a really great booty. We all love a booty, and with some great like deep gold. Oh, this is the sweater. See, like I just think like that could be so edgy. It's so glam.
Yes.
And it's really got this like thick kind of, silver metallic actual thread sweater and, off the shoulder and kind of just shrugged and simple. And it could just be something simple. Maybe you're wearing it home and it's cozy, or you could dress it up and, put cute, leather pants or faux leather or, or jeans and heels and dress it up. But I just like that it has this edgy vibe, but it also has this potential to be really glam as well. And I feel like that metallic trend is fun like that. I always love when there's a trend that you can kind of take from one extreme to the other, depending on how you choose to style it and depending on how it fits your personality.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Awesome. And it like lets you be a little bit rock star on days like you need a little bit more like walking the dog or going to the grocery store, like strutting your stuff.
Strutting your stuff. Yeah. Like, I know it's funny. Like, it's like, even if I have to go to like a doctor appointment, I'm like, okay, what can I wear that's cute? It's like, it's like, I think we're all like living for those moments right now of like, all right, what can I do to make myself feel extra good and, add something to myself. And also too, did you notice on the runways, a lot of lace is also having a moment?
Yeah. Well, there was so much play of like feminine and masculine and like big floral prints and lace. And it was all over like men's and women's ready to wear couture. Like it was just this really huge play of masculine and feminine and like non-binary and gender fluid. So it was
very versatile, very flowy. Completely agree. Yeah, when I noticed same like with like the lace, I love that it was mixed in. I saw with like some of the guys, it was even, like mixed in like just kind of cool into shirts, or for some of the women, it was maybe on the details of like their, skirts or on like the inner part of their sleeves of their jackets, like just cool, fun little details. And I've always personally been such a fan of lace because I just think it's so feminine and can be so sexy, even if it's just something so simple, like even if it's just a matter of you wearing a little lacy camisole under a little like blazer, and it's that little, but a peekaboo material that it's just like, it adds that soft, feminine, look, or maybe you want to have, be more powerful, and, you wear a pretty lace bodysuit and a blazer over it, and it's like an empowerment look. Like, I just think there's something really beautiful about lace, and I love that they're really now playing with it even in the men's world, and just kind of popping it up through the different runways here and there, and trying it, I feel like, just in all different parts of the spectrum of fashion, instead of it just being like this solid, like must be feminine, like you said. It's starting to really kind of go in different directions, which is really fun.
Yeah, and I think they're playing with it a lot. It used to be such like a delicate material.
Yes.
Nobody wanted to wear it,
Yeah,
You're
right. You were like, oh, let me put that in the closet for a day. That, like, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
But now it's kind of, stronger, and they've married it with other kind of textiles to make it stronger, especially like, I can't tell you how many times you've like walked by something and like snagged your top, and you're like, well, that's
Yeah.
ruined forever. Thank you so much.
Yeah, totally. Great. So glad I wore that. Uh-huh. It's so true. And I agree with you. And then so they're starting to also make lace a little bit more versatile because of it,
Mhm.
and not be so dainty and that it grabs and hugs. And of course, lace in itself, it's gonna, be catchy because of the way it's cut. But even to that point, I saw with some of the runways, like, that it's not the exact same lace pattern like you're talking about, that we're all used to, where you would get snagged and you would be like, oh my gosh, I just ruined that. They're starting to do like little just bits of difference here and there, where maybe you don't feel like, oh my gosh, it is so dainty, and like I can play with it a little bit more, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it on shoes again, like with the
Yeah.
booty, like the lace
And think about
overlay,
it, right? Like, back
headband.
in the
Yeah.
day, you would never see lace on a booty because you'd be afraid you'd ruin it. So it's like, again, it kind of, which I agree with you, it's kind of fun that it takes it from just that fashion moment to now it's becoming functional. And it's something that we can actually use and play with in our wardrobe, like a booty, and have it, like maybe you're wearing a super simple outfit, but again, like you said, like whether you're walking the dog or you're just going to the grocery store, but you want to just like add a little punch, a lace booty is super cute, super on trend for fall, and will change up your entire look, but you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
And I think that
Absolutely.
that's kind of like, with what's going on obviously in the world and everything else, of course there's some days like I totally like want to get like all together and, look cute. Like the other day I was sitting in my, my living room, my husband was like, oh, cute dress, and I was like, I just felt like it, it's just like, I just needed a little something, but most days, to be real, I'm like, this like cozy, comfy chic, what have you, but you still want to add a little something, especially if you're going to like run out the door and do something, or maybe you just want to add something to yourself because you're home and you need a little pick me up. And I think that, if you can do little things, like I always say, if you're feeling maybe a little more drab, or you're feeling a little bit down, which is totally normal right now, add some color to yourself. It's like, I get that a lot of people love neutrals and love black, and it's great. And, I as well, but color, there's just something about it. I mean, psychologically, like there's actual like facts and evidence-based facts that like color changes the way you feel. And especially when you put color on you, whether you realize it or not, bringing in those happy tones to yourself, or that brightness, or that color moment, actually will change, in your mind, like mentally, how you're thinking. Even if it's not that moment that you feel happy, it is going to do something, especially, if you're in that all day and you happen to maybe take a selfie or look in the mirror, you don't realize it, but you're staring and you're registering that you're in color and that you are adding that color to your life. So I encourage a lot of clients right now, if they are feeling off, even if they are pajamas, like get into some kind of color, bring that into your wardrobe, and give yourself that pop of happiness, even if you're not really feeling it, just to give yourself, a little pick me up. Like, almost think about it as like a fashion, like coffee, if you will. You know what I mean? It's like everyone grabs that coffee or that tea, for, or an energy drink for that pick me up. But it's like in the fashion world, like, especially right now with most people being home, what could be your pick me up? A pop of color is easy pick me up. And I do it too. It's like something you just need it. Or maybe you don't want to put it on wardrobe wise. Maybe it's a lip color, like you have a nice, pretty pink on right now. It's like if I'm not doing my nude and I want to do something, a little bit more, like last week, I was just having a moment. I was like, I just feel, and it was like, took out that pink Girl Lactic and I just popped it on and it's corally pink and it just changed. It's like, ooh, look how pretty, it just changes, the effect of you. It, adds more to your facial features, and you don't have to do full face. You can totally do just, all natural makeup, but adding that pop of color, even just on your lips, it does something, not only does it do something for your look and for what you're maybe wearing, but it also just does something for you. And again, going back to confidence is your best accessory, what I always say, it really is. It's like for all of us, especially right now, things are heavy, and being able to bring that confidence to yourself and feel good, it's so important to be able to feel good and to, let fashion do that for you and let fashion and beauty play into that. I mean, that's what's so much fun about fashion, right? Like when most of us were young, we loved dressing up and trying on different things and adventuring into different worlds. And it's like, don't lose sight of that. Don't forget that. Maybe it's not as easy to do those things. It's not as easy for me to be able to, play dress up, having, two littles running around and trying things on. But even just something simple, give that to yourself so you're able to feel good and still feel like, you are fashionable, even if you are at home. And also to that note, like, if you do have the time or, you do want to do something fun for yourself or different projects, like go in your closet, explore your wardrobe, take a look at, like, what is it that I've been kind of wearing always? Is that something I maybe want to change? The beauty about right now is that we're kind of like in this place where it's like, clearly things are not the same. They're not going to be the same probably for a while, if they ever are. And, what do you do with that? Well, look at your inside of your clothing and the inside of your life and like what you consume and what's around you. And do you want to be in that style, or do you want to be in that specific uniform or wardrobe? Because you can change it, because not that you couldn't change it before, but now you're really present to being able to go through and change it and say, maybe I'm not that jeans and t-shirt kind of girl anymore. Maybe I want to explore, doing some kind of cute blouse and blazer and make that my new uniform. And like, what does that look like? And go through your closet and see what transition pieces you have. And it doesn't mean having to shop like crazy and, break the bank, especially right now. We're all balling on a budget, but I mean, it's like, go through your wardrobe and see like what are those pieces that could be transitional for me right now, what could maybe be close to that trend that I really like that I saw in a magazine or I saw online. How do I incorporate that into my everyday lifestyle? And I think that's a really fun way, Sarah, to bring that pick me up back to you, especially with us all at home, of like, how do I have fun in my wardrobe again? How do I explore again? How do I get to try new trends and have the confidence to try things out and see how I feel in them, And I mean, hey, if it means you just throw on a new outfit to go walk the dog, and you're like, how do I feel in this? How does this make me feel? And you actually have a mind shift where you go, ooh, I actually really like how that looked on me today. Well, guess what? Then maybe that's a new style that you can add to your wardrobe, and there's just, there's so much fun in that. And then I think also too, same thing, like go through your wardrobe and audit what you're wearing and be like, okay, I've really worn this. I really haven't worn this in a while. Do I really need to keep this in my closet? Now's a great time to donate, now's a great time to sell stuff and, see how you can revamp things and change things up easily in your closet and what you can mix and match. And maybe also put things together by color. Like, do you have certain colors, or is your wardrobe mostly neutral? Do you even have color in your wardrobe? How do you want to bring color in? These simple little things that I don't think we realize sometimes that are just simple tweaks in our own closet. Yes, they take time, and yes, they take us actually having to, go through and, be mindful of what we're choosing. But once you're in that space and you want to do that, it really does just flow, and you can kind of figure out, at least at the basics, then maybe you have to hire us to help you come in and, do our thing. But, at least at the basics, start with, your wardrobe and ask yourself, like, do I like this wardrobe? Like, ask yourself that question. It's just like the same thing you ask yourself in the morning of like, do I want to eat this? Do I want that? It's like, do I like this wardrobe? Do I like this, normal uniform I'm always wearing? No? Okay. How do I change it? Or, am I feeling like I want to do something different this time? Okay. Well, how can I change up? What accessories do I have? What jewelry do I have? Maybe just sitting in a drawer that I haven't touched. Like, I know we're all so guilty of that. We have things just put away that like we haven't touched, but maybe they're like an amazing piece that actually could change up, our entire look. Like the other day, I forgot about this piece that I have and like totally guilty. And I just like happened to find it again. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect for fall
Yeah.
with the fringe and like such a fun detail. And, just adds so much of a fun look to, pop of something to your wardrobe. And it has, you know, super simple, just strands, knotted and everything, but it just has so much, potential to it to do a lot with it. And I totally forgot about it. And it's something I wore a long time ago, so it's like also reinventing again what you have and not feeling like you have to break the bank and spend. And if you are going to, shop and spend or, book us for, StyldLife and have us help you shop, really think about what it is that you're wanting to bring to your wardrobe so that whether it be transitional pieces, whether it be, staples that maybe you need, those also make a huge difference in your wardrobe and help you get from season to season. And then it's just a matter of adding in little things here and there to play with trends. But as long as you kind of got that like base foundation, you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that capsule wardrobe, those basics, that like
Absolutely.
that white t-shirt, that white blouse, things like
Yeah,
that.
that blazer, that one pair of jeans, like where to go to, it's just having those pieces and knowing, and then you can take those pieces and then play with the trends that we talked about and mix and match and change it up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I will let you go because I know you have to get back to your two
No
kiddos.
worries. Do you have any other questions fall wise or any other styles that we missed that you want to talk about before I jump off?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we covered an array and kind of how to style
Amazing.
them and where to
I
go.
love it.
So,
Yeah, you got me. I mean, I'm in half my pajamas, half cute, and I'm like, oh, now when I get a minute from the girls, now I want to go in and play with my stuff. It's like it's so funny. It's like I'll talk about other people, and then I get so excited and like lit up for everyone else. Now I'm like, ooh, okay, what can I do? It's
right?
like,
Little
which
self-care.
right?
Yeah.
All self-care. And that's I love you said that. It's such a good point. I think self-care is such a buzzword, in general. And it's like when you really think about self-care, it's self-love. So there's no reason why fashion can't be self-love for you and why you can't have fun in your wardrobe and in what you're wearing and feel good in it and really have it like transform, how you feel in a day. And I know it's hard, and I'm so guilty of this too. There's so many days we're all in our pajamas, we're all in our, leggings, we're all in our cozy, because it's just easier. You're home and it's easier. And I'm not saying, get dressed every day because I definitely don't. But try even once or twice a week if you're not, someone who's constantly working on Zoom or having to get dressed. If you're someone maybe is, a mom who's, at home or, just different people, or a guy at home that, is his business is now just on Zoom,
Yeah.
try, even if it's just the top part of you, get dressed, explore with your, wardrobe, explore with things to wear and feel so that you give yourself that self-love and you feel good in it. And then when it is time for all of us to be more out in the world, we're all going to look that much more fabulous and have that much more sense about our own style and what we like and what we don't like and what we've been playing with. And, there's something really fun and good about that.
Awesome. I totally could not agree more. And so I think everybody is excited for the
Yeah, right.
future.
I think we're all just excited, like you said, like it's for fall. It's a new season. It's a change. Again, it's something that we can actually control and decide, what we want to wear and what we want to do with, our clothes and our wardrobe for the fall season. I mean, I'm curious, Sarah, what are you most excited in the Midwest about wearing that like you're going to break out of your wardrobe?
I actually got this like new leather jacket
Uh huh.
on sale at H&M, and it's like a total like motorcycle heavy with the belt
Love it.
on the bottom. So I'm sure I'm going to be in that like 24/7.
Yeah.
Um,
It's going to be like your new go-to.
yes. Yeah,
I
always.
love it. I got a cute denim jacket with fringe and I'm like obsessed. And I've been like, especially with California obviously being so hot, like I've been wanting to wear it and it's just been too hot. So I'm excited for when it gets a little less hot, that I can just throw it on, even just take a walk. It's just so cute and just it's totally simple, just basic denim, but then it's just got like cute fringe, on the back that just kind of hangs and just gives like this cool, movement. It's kind of got this like gypsy boho vibe, but also still very playful, and it's really cool. And of course, I love it. When you twirl, it just moves and it's funky, and all the fun thing. It'll make a great boomerang on social. But it's a cool piece, and again, I feel like it'll be like a go-to that I can just throw over, whether it be leggings, jeans, whatever it may be. Even a simple little black dress. Just an easy thing to throw over and just know that it dials up my entire look. So yeah, I'm excited for fall. I think there's a lot of cool trends and pieces for, men and women and, of all, genders and classes like that they can all wear and explore with. And it's going to be cool. And I'm excited also to see, because of where we are in the world right now, how people are going to play with these trends and see them online and see what they're doing in their own homes. There's such a cool creative world to that. And I'm very excited and encourage people to have fun, this fall with their trends, with their wardrobe, and explore and, create your own fall season 2020. So I'm excited to see that.
Well, me too. I cannot wait.
Yes.
Stalking on Instagram, like.
Right. We'll all be there. I love it.
All right. Well, Allie, thank you again so much for coming on and taking our time and talking about all these trends. Great.
Yes, and stay safe and stay fashionable and fabulous.